Welcome, 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 239 Uncensored Southwest Florida and beyond. And we are live. It's Monday. What the hell is the date? I have no idea.
It is the 6th.
What is the date today?
Is it the 7th? It's the 6th.
The 7th.
No.
Hold it. Let me look at my phone.
Yeah, I have to look at my phone.
It's the 7th. Yay, it's the 7th. We know what date it is. The lovely Shannon Livingston over here.
And the even lovelier Tim Jarrett.
And when she talks, I love just to turn up the music.
Woo!
I feel like a DJ.
I
feel like a DJ. Woo! So it's Monday.
That's like, I bet every date I've ever been on wishes they had a soundboard like that so they could just, exactly.
What we saying, Shannon? Yeah. Okay. Hey, so great to meet you. You put out on the first date.
I don't even put out on the 4th or 5th. I come with references that will attest to that.
Yeah. So, speaking of that.
Speaking of me putting out.
Yeah. Did you have a good weekend?
Well, I didn't put out. I didn't even shower.
You say that every weekend. It just kind of gives me the,
I know, that's why I say it.
God, clean yourself up.
I did. I showered yesterday, but Saturday I did not, and it was very freeing. No, my son is gone. He's out of town, and so I have the whole house to myself.
Oh, wow.
So
that's pretty good.
Yeah.
And you didn't even invite a guest over?
Oh, no. No, I'm like a little hermit. In my house. I like.
Did you get any work done?
Yeah, I got a lot of work done. I got some housework done. I cleaned Joe's room because it smells like a foot. He's a grown man, and still his room smells like a teenager's room. So I had to get in there and clean it up, which he hates. But.
Yeah, it was a very nice weekend. It was nice weather.
And what did you do, Tim?
I didn't do a whole lot yesterday. I kind of hung out. I went to Miramar, which was a crazy thing. We have a little story on that. As I'm driving to Miramar, we look and there's it was backed up, probably to Tampa. I-75 southbound. We were going northbound, just pulled into Miramar to get some stuff up there. And I had my little guy from Big Brothers Big Sisters. So that was kind of cool chase. So we were driving northbound on 75 and it was blocked up. And they said that they had some pretty heavy duty stuff on the road. It was backed up for that reason. It looks like it was called sodium hydroxide. Sodium hydroxide. Oxide. So it sounds bad to me. What is it? Sodium hydroxide. You're a
I actually understand the chemistry. I'm seeing the formula in my head right now. So it's a toxic chemical that we're not supposed to inhale.
Yes, of course.
So that's bad. So it's good that they had that blocked off for you.
And then I'm driving with Alex and she goes, why don't they just let the cars go around it? I'm like, you don't understand that stuff. If you get
you can't inhale it.
Yeah, you can't inhale it. So I'm sure they sprayed it down, mitigated it a little bit, and then they finally opened up the road.
Well, and wouldn't you hate that job? I know they have protective gear, but still, you have to worry about, is there a hole in my suit or,
Yeah. Well, and they used to laugh at law enforcement because law enforcement will be, we're semi-trained, but I would say very semi-trained.
Yeah, like a broom and a dustpan out there.
So firemen used to be like, okay, let the deputy go up and see what it is. And then if he falls, we know the shit is bad. We put our suits on, right? So
you're the canary.
Yes, we are the canary. We are the ones that go out and try to figure out what the stuff is. So yeah, it's,
that's pretty funny.
It is dangerous.
So however fucked up the deputy comes back is then the fire department, that's how they assess it.
Right.
They're like, this guy's stumbling, doesn't really know his words. This is like a level 4.
He's got cancer 20 years from now.
Right.
But he fell down. If he falls down, we know we got to put our shit on. Deputy, go up there and just test it out, see what happens. And,
terrible.
But yeah,
I'd rather deal with the bomb.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, because it's quick.
Yeah. Well, and you know what it is with chemicals. You don't really know what can happen. Like you said, 20 years later.
Well, there's a lot of stuff that gets towed on the road and that people just don't realize, how dangerous it is. These things were in these big plastic jugs and 100-gallon drums with metal wiring around them. But it looks like they fell off, but I didn't see a truck or anything. So probably somebody's driving down the road fuck it. We're keeping going. We're not gonna let anybody know we dropped these two off.
That bungee cord just didn't.
Bungee cord did not
hold. Like a mattress and some chemicals.
Do you ever get behind a car like that? and drive and go, holy shit.
It's like a Beverly Hillbillies car.
Yeah, and you're like, I'm not driving behind this
I used to be that car. Like when I would move, in my
when you got booted out of the house,
early 20s, you move and you just use your car. Like, you don't have any resources. You do whatever you can do. But yeah, I stay away from those trucks and the car carriers too. I've never heard of a car coming off of a carrier on the highway, but that scares the shit out of me.
Yeah, they're just hanging.
Yeah, I'm not driving behind that. It does not look safe to me at all.
Do you ever like look at the chain and go, I wonder if he, strapped it down?
But you know what I really have always wondered? What would it be like to be in one of those cars on the carrier? Just like having lunch, going down the highway, cool. Right? Like if you're at that elevated and people would look over and be like, oh my God, there's a person in that car. Also, when I was little and I would see them move the manufactured houses like down in the Ozarks, because I was down there every summer, I would think, oh my gosh, those people in there must be having such a great time. That would be so fun. I didn't understand.
Playing cards.
Right. I didn't understand that it was like the house. Table. I thought they were like picked up a whole like home with a family. And I didn't know the RV thing yet, but I caught on eventually.
Yeah, no, it's crazy though, just to think what goes on the interstate. And then I do get nervous though when I see these trucks. They get very complacent. They just throw the tools in the back. They'll throw buckets in the back. They'll throw people will be in the back. Dogs will be in the back.
We have laws against that now, and so I'm glad we don't see dogs and people in the back of the truck.
Yeah, well, we see it sometimes.
Yeah,
but I've seen the agricultural guys. They'll throw them in the back with all the clippings. These poor guys are in the back.
Every story we have today is about driving.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy right now.
We have a theme. Yeah. I just put that together.
Yeah. And my mother brought it up the point. We have those big, huge, in Maine, they have these big, huge pulp trucks.
What are those?
I mean, those are like huge trees. Like, huge. Like as big as round as you
like
make.
The ones that we see on movies where it's just all of the trees like piled up and you think it's going to fall down.
Yeah. They stack them. Well, they stack them like this.
Oranges at the grocery store. It's just all going to topple over.
Huge.
That would scare me.
And what they do is they go in and they clear out these big parcels of land and it's called land management. So people don't realize that every tree they cut, they're supposed to replace.
Raping would sound awful. So land management sounds much better.
True. But
we're gonna go manage the hell out of that land.
But for every tree they take down, they got to plant one. So there's supposed to be a way to manage.
Take one.
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of like a penny when you go into the
7-Eleven. So leave one, take one system with forestry.
And usually they get
very stable.
And usually people, if they need the pennies, they take more than what they got, right?
Oh yeah.
But yeah, up in Maine, it's crazy. But also too, when you get behind these trucks that have rocks, and you're like, dude, you're freaking killing me. One
when
rock
they do
in the
the
windshield.
Beach restoration and all of that stuff, and they're carrying the sand and the rock. Yeah, I don't get behind those. But now I drive my little Jeep and it's not a big deal. So if something. Yeah,
and I saw your Jeep the other day.
Did you?
Yeah.
I was out and about.
Well, we followed you, by the way, down Airport Road after we saw you.
Oh, yeah.
You need to wash it.
Oh, it's so dirty.
Yeah, you need to wash it.
No,
Give it a scrub, bubble scrub.
I'm looking for a wife to handle all of these details in my life that I don't do. Things just like that. And since the situation in Ukraine looks as bad as it does, I'm thinking it looks pretty good for me there, like to pull someone
Why don't you get on the internet?
They don't have internet over there. I got to wait till they get the internet back.
Did they shut it all down?
Well, that's my understanding. They don't have they're doing the satellite systems from Elon Musk, right?
Yeah, he's helping out. Yeah, he's helping out. Let's talk a little bit about that. The whole Ukraine thing. I have a hard time sleeping at night. Like I'll wake up at 3 a.m. and turn on TV and see what's happened. I mean, it's just a terrible situation.
The global ramifications with maybe nuclear, or is it because of the civilians? Like what is keeping you up?
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. I have a hard time just going about my normal everyday life, like grabbing an ice cream. We were up at Miramar. I'm walking around. I'm like, this is like.
You feel like an asshole.
Yeah, you
right?
feel like a jackass,
I'm
right?
having a great time in paradise.
I don't know, but
people their whole life is being destroyed.
It's like I'm like nothing is happening to me, and it's weird. I watched the news last night, and I was up, kind of off and on, and I see people like in these big cities in Kiev, they're driving still. I mean, they're driving cars, and they're just like waiting. When's the bomb going to hit my house?
Yeah.
It's crazy. And then they're just demolishing everything. It's just, to me, it's senseless. It doesn't make sense. And I don't know what's going to be done.
Well, and I think this is just the beginning. And I think the fact that he sent in the soldiers that he did initially with little to no training. To me, that says that he thinks those people are fairly disposable, and he thinks that shit's probably going to get bad over there. You're not going to send your top troops in to be, into the nuclear facility.
Yeah, well, I agree with that. I think like he's trying to recruit anybody.
You think?
Who he can.
Because I think, we're sitting over here going, oh, it's going so bad. And he sent these people that don't know what's going on. I don't think for a minute that he sent people that didn't know.
Oh, you're talking about Putin's side?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. No, I got you. Yeah, I got you.
So I think that was strategic on his part.
I got you.
That he is sending people that he thinks are kind of disposable. So that scares me. The fact that it doesn't make me feel better that they're not experienced, because he has experienced soldiers.
Yeah. Well, and the thing about it is there's no doubt he can level the country, right? There's no doubt that he can do that.
And more.
And we could too, right? So that's the problem, right? So what is preventing, what's the next step? How's he going? And looking at the map last night, he's basically gaining all key territory. Mm-hmm. So he's blocking the ports, he's circling. So now nobody can get things to him for help. And, the only way we can do it is air power. And we have ruled that out. Okay, we have ruled that out because the air power,
the no-fly zone is pretty much World War III.
Right, yeah. So when we start defending that, then
because that means that then we have jets up there. We're able to shoot down their jet. It escalates it to a whole new point. I am glad that we're having some conversations instead of just go in and bomb them, go in and kill them, go in and whatever. People are understanding it's more complicated than that. You can't just go in and bully your way out of a possible nuclear meltdown.
Yeah. And, it's one of those things we're going to have to really watch. And, I think I'm going to say, just because I bought an electric car the other day, but I'm going to sacrifice a little bit of the gas if we can stop any type of import from Russia to come this way.
Isn't it only like 3 or 4% of our oil that we buy from Russia? I think
it's about, I think it was 700,000 barrels.
But 3 to 4% is what we
shut it down. Shut them down.
I agree with you. I'm just saying, it's not going to hurt us as much as we think. We have gas prices are going up, which is another one of our stories. Gas prices are going up for many reasons. And shutting off the oil from Russia is not going to, then make it skyrocket. It may contribute a little bit.
Well, it's already skyrocketing.
Right. That's what I'm saying. We have other reasons for that increase.
Right.
Most people don't agree what those reasons are, but we have other reasons for the increase.
Yeah, no, absolutely. But I'm just saying. But
you're
I just don't know. Where the end is going to be. I don't know what's going to take to make it come to an end.
I think either Putin is going to be assassinated by his own people, or, by the oligarchs that say that's enough. I've lost enough. Take them out. Or I hate to think about any of the nuclear, anything, but even short of nuclear, just the missiles leveling those towns. It's already a nightmare, and going after those civilians. And then, us as the United States really re-examining what is our role. Are we always going to be have our terms dictated by NATO? Is there ever going to be a situation, where we go in just because? Is it a humanitarian thing? Is it an economic thing? What are our priorities?
Yeah, no, there's a lot of moving parts, and I think it's strategy on how you do it, but I don't really even know what that strategy will be. But I think it's going to be internal. I think it's going to have to be, like you said, people are going to be. They're already getting tired. I think
billionaires are going to pay somebody.
I don't know if you saw the news this weekend that there's lines. Just people are trying to get their money, and it's no longer the ruble. I guess it's no longer worth.
It's not worth anything.
Yeah. So those people that's going to be getting real old real fast.
Well, and it is going to start hurting the everyday citizen in Russia, and information is starting to get into them as well. Yeah.
I believe we have a guest we're going to try to bring on. Do you want to do that towards the end, or you want to try to do it now? We got a few other things we're going to discuss, but if you can
let's do it now, because these other stories are depressing, and our guest actually has some uplifting stuff to share with us.
Yeah. Can you hear us all right?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Oh, that is so clear. JT, how are you?
Good.
Good. So JD Rabali is a friend of mine, and he does. I mean, you do so many things. You have the top notch university where you teach. We were doing that earlier today. You have the directory or guide, whatever you want to call it, with all of the services, the top notch that you put out, and you do one of my favorite things. So that's for the adults, but for the kids, you have a Biz Kids or Kids Biz. I always say it backwards. A fun event that you have going on. Can you tell us what is the real name? Where are you having it? And what is it for?
Correct. So yeah, we have Top Notch University, which we help entrepreneurs and small businesses get the training they need to take their business to the next level. And we bring in quality speakers that can help them with that and the experts in the field. And as entrepreneurs, we said, hey, how can we reach out to the young community of entrepreneurs and kids to help them develop their ideas? So we came up with the Biz Kids Expo. It's an entrepreneur fair for kids 7 to 17. It's going to be kind of like a Shark Tank where kids can actually sell their product, their service, but they will be judged by entrepreneurs and mentors that are here locally, and they can win money to get seed money to launch their business. So we're looking for kids that have big ideas. It's going to be April 16th at the New Hope Event Center in Naples. And if you can connect us with any kind of kid that has that entrepreneur spirit, we'd like to help them develop that.
That sounds amazing. So who are the judges going to be? And have you asked Tim Jarrett maybe from TV9 Uncensored? He's good with the kids. He at least has a background clearance from his life in law enforcement.
JD, I think it sounds like an incredible idea. I mean, I just having those kids and bringing their skills and bringing their ideas. I think I'm going to wait till you get all the kids there and go maybe like kind of steal some of their ideas.
Yeah,
I love that. I love that entrepreneurship thing about that. But that's a great idea. I think.
Exactly. Well, we have about 35 kids that have signed up so far. We would definitely want more.
Is there a fee for that, JD? A fee for the kids to sign up?
It's a small registration fee of $35. And the only reason we're doing that is we want young entrepreneurs to know you have to have money to start a business. You have to put money in it to get going. But they have the opportunity that day to actually sell their product, go home with cash money in their pocket, and that's what we encourage. We want them to come up with an idea that they can sell something that day that they can actually make money.
That's awesome.
That's great. Can you give us an example of one of the things that kids have brought? Have you looked through them yet? Or
yeah, so there's dozens, and it's hard to remember all of them.
You don't want to pick favorites or anything, but
exactly. There is one kid that has a Nerf gun fighting party planning.
Sold.
I want it.
So he sets up parties for youth groups, for associations, for kids parties. He brings out over 100 different Nerf guns, all the ammunition, and he'll demonstrate what needs to happen. He'll have games that they can play throughout the day and have a point system. He's got it all set up for setting up parties like that. So that's a cool one. We ran into some younger kids that have the soap slime, and they're going to be selling soap slime that actually cleans your body and doesn't get you all dirty. We've just seen some great innovative ideas on different things. I have a baker that's going to do all paleo and treats that are vegan because she has food allergies. So she had to find something that she could eat and make it taste good. So she came up with a product that she can sell that she can eat and enjoy.
That's great. Let me do this. I don't know if you'll accept it or it's going to be worthwhile, but for the winner or whoever you choose, JD, we're going to bring them in here to the studio. They can demonstrate it and whatever they want. They can. It's their chance. That. It's their chance to let it go. But we have a lot of people that watch it. Yeah, we'll interview the winner.
That'd be awesome. We actually have 2 divisions. So we have a grade school division that will go from 1st to 5th grade, and then a high school or middle school, high school, which will be 6th to 12th grade. We've raised $5,000 to give away as prize money. So each division will get top prize is $1,000 cash. Second prize is $500, and third prize is $250. But yeah, our top prize top prize winners, we'd love to bring them on your show. They can showcase what they're doing and they can get a little more exposure. That would be great. They would love that.
So we know how the kids can get involved, right? They can sign up through your website,
bizkidsexpo.com.
Okay. And then how can adults support you other than attending the day of? You have your cash money already raised. What else can we do?
We definitely need to. Marketing costs have cost us a lot more than we expected. And we're just a bunch of entrepreneurs that wanted to, help out the kids. So we're not a nonprofit. We don't have deep pockets. So on our website, thebizkidsexpo.com, there is a sponsorship page. If you're a local business and you want to help out, you can go to our site, see the different packages that are available. You can do as little as $200 or as high as $5,000. So we could definitely use the extra cash infusion, especially in this last run for marketing expenses and some of the setup of the room and stuff like that. So definitely, if you're willing to do that, reach out to me through the website, and I'd be happy to help.
And again, the location and date and time of the event.
April 16th. It's going to be from 9 o'clock to 1 p.m. And it's going to be at the New Hope Event Center, which is on Davis Boulevard in Naples. And there is a link on the website to that address. But it's a great facility. They've been very kind to us to let us open it up. We have some great sponsors that are going to be out there during the day. That are going to be setting up their booths as well. So there's going to be food trucks, ice cream trucks. The city is going to bring in the police station, and the fire department are going to be there to support the kids. So what we would really ask is any of these, we live in a good retirement community. And I know there's a lot of entrepreneurs that started their own businesses, and we would love those people to come out and encourage these kids and show them like, hey, this is what I did as a kid. Or this is what I did is to start a business and I sold it for millions. We want them to share their stories with these kids and encourage them, because we want to encourage the next generation of entrepreneurs to succeed and to chase their dreams and to go after their ideas.
Absolutely. My kid is my retirement plan, so I want him to do really, really well. I haven't saved a lot of money, but no, really, kids are the future, and life hasn't screwed them up yet. So most of them are pretty cool to deal with too. But I'm excited to see some of the business ideas that they have. And we do live in such an entrepreneur-rich town that I hope that some of these business people will step up and maybe mentor and write some checks and get involved. Thank you so much, JD, for coming on and for everything that you're doing.
Sure. And if you go to our Facebook page, which is Biz Kids Expo, we've been posting videos of some of the kids and their ideas, so you can kind of get a preview of what they're doing. So we're going to be in the next couple of weeks. We're getting more videos to do, but some of the cutest kids and some of the great ideas of what they're going to be doing out there.
And the ugly kids too.
Great.
And the ugly kids too.
Great. Hey, one of the things too, JD, what we'll do is when this thing posts, it'll post without the link. Initially, we'll go ahead and edit it and put the link there to what you have as well. So we'll definitely do whatever we can to promote and doing good things for the community and the kids. And it's always a great thing. I really
appreciate it. Thank you very much for your support.
Thanks for coming on 239.
All right. Thanks. You guys have a great day.
All right. Thank you.
Such a nice man, just trying to help kids, trying to help them stay out of jail, out of trouble, and have businesses so that their parents can retire and live off of them, hopefully, for the rest of their lives. But, really, it amazes me the ideas that these kids have, because they're pure. Life has not told them yet, you can't do that because. And so I think that that kind of naive spirit, it certainly helped me a ton in life. And I think that helps the kids too. Like, they don't see the obstacles. They just see the end result, the vision. Like, this is where the void is. This is the vision. And they just do it.
It's a great opportunity. Great opportunity. And I get excited when the kids have come up with ideas. We used to sell like lobster tails and things like that here, right in the market where our office is right now. And this one girl had a little thing called Not a Cupcake, and it was a little cup with a mixture in it. You basically add water, put it in the microwave, and it makes a cupcake. So, and this girl, like within a couple of years, became pretty famous.
Yeah. Well, and there's, even if that initial idea doesn't take off, they are learning so much about business and just life.
Yeah.
Nothing is for free. And I know JD said that, he's charging that registration fee to teach them. You got to have some skin in the game, and business costs money. I hope, though, he's not going to teach bankruptcy to any of those kids. Like at the end, like, you're awful.
You're awful. You're done.
Chapter 11, get out.
Yeah, you're done.
I think he's nicer than that.
No,
if I ran the expo, though, I'd be giving him real life lessons.
Yeah, absolutely. So probably not to get any other thing. We know gas is going through the roof. I think when we wrote this up, it was $4 a gallon. I think it's pushing past that.
Yeah.
I've seen it throughout the United States, all the different prices up over $5. Wow, it's a lot. But here in Naples, it's crazy driving, right?
Yes. Even when the people aren't in the way, the wildlife is mixing it up.
And I don't believe this was taken in Naples, but I just kind of thought it was a funny video. If we can go ahead and play this video. This is like crazy. But check this out. This looks like Naples, 41.
Those are all the tourists in their beach wear trying to cross the road, not paying attention.
Yeah, I can't believe that the last deer didn't bust through the window. That's a tourist running around. That's just nuts. It's crazy.
So what do you think would do more damage to your car? A beachgoer or a deer?
Probably a beachgoer.
Depends on how big each one of them is.
Depends on how big the beachgoer is, and depends if they're carrying lawn chairs and coolers and all the other things.
Right.
Yeah.
I'd rather hit the beachgoer most times, though, to be honest, because they don't look and they just assume that they could walk wherever. And and that's fine because you're on vacation and probably drunk. But what really bothers me is when they stop in the middle of the road just to look around or have a conversation or turn back around and talk to the people that they left behind. Like, you're in the middle of the road, sir.
But
like,
Naples beautiful.
Some of us have to work. Move it along. You have to give yourself an extra 45 minutes to an hour. I think the equation for driving is kind of like Celsius to Fahrenheit. Like, whatever your normal drive time was, you should double that and add 30, or like whatever formula that is. Yeah. That is how long it's going to take you to get somewhere. Just double it, add 40. Yeah, that's your new travel time.
It's crazy. I got a text from our producer, Diana. We got to get you on. We didn't,
Where's the Diana cam?
The Diana cam. Look at Diana. Yeah, she's all ready to go. So Diana's coming into work this morning. She goes, listen, I'm going to be late. I'm going to be late. It's crazy. I told her I even come back with, a little bit of a smart. Leave earlier. Yeah. She was, I left early.
It's never early enough.
Then I went on my phone and it was like one crash on 41. That's all you get. Diana, how was it coming into work today?
Man, it was so slow and like very frustrating because like I like being early and I don't know. I came like 7 minutes late, but still.
And like when you can't see what the problem is, right? Oh, yeah. Like I'm always looking around the cars to find out what the problem is. Then I get extra frustrated.
Did you grab a picture, Diana? What happened? Did you see the crash, or did it look like anybody got hurt? Or
I saw a crash. I saw like white foam. I'm guessing they put out a fire or something.
Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, it was a bad crash.
And it was on 41, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I went on immediately. If you didn't know, you can do it. It's kind of cool on your iPhone. You can Google, so if you do the map where you know that someone's coming and going from, you can kind of go on there and see if it's all red in that red area. You can see it's a
Can't
crash.
You also the Collier County Sheriff's Office app, CCSO to go?
Yep.
It has the traffic in there. Yep. And it'll also tell you where they set up the speed traps.
Oh,
if you're a speed demon.
Yeah. And Shannon is.
Well, not in the Jeep so much. It's a little harder. It's a little harder to get that power going. But I'm still an awful driver outside of speeds.
You are.
I'm terrible.
Right, I'm sure.
It
all depends on what you're doing while you're driving.
I'm fairly aggressive. I just want people to go. Yeah. We're all wearing our shirts again today.
I know. Look at this. But you can't see yours because
we're a team. Because my hair's in the way.
Yes, there you go.
Let me get that out there for you.
There you go. But no, it's been good. We're gonna be back on Friday. We're gonna do. I think we do usually on Friday. Do around 2:00. Anything?
We got one more story.
One more story. You want to?
I wanted to talk about this.
Okay, let's bring it.
Because just quickly, so this 23-year-old Naples man was he left the scene of a hit and run, and he's being charged for manslaughter. And this is awful because it's, here's a 23-year-old. I'm sure he was scared, but what is the world coming to? We have so many hit and runs.
Stop.
Yes.
Help people.
I mean, you would do it for an animal, I would hope. So many hit and runs. My friend Robert Colantonio was taken, my gosh, 7 years ago, maybe now. Same thing, riding his motorcycle on 75. Somebody hit him, left him on the side of the highway to die. A couple other people pulled over, thankfully, and were there with him. But, they're still pursuing. They know who it is, but they're still pursuing that person, trying to get enough evidence to actually charge them. So a lot of these people get away with it, these hit and run people. And I know that they have systems in like auto body shops where, certain like front left, green paint or whatever. So they have a certain amount of a way to track these people. But how do you find somebody from hit and run?
Yeah, no, it's tough. I mean, obviously people being on the lookout, family calls a lot, like, and then the press getting the information out, and it just,
so be alert if you're on the road and somebody hits somebody and takes off, because you may be the person that helps that family have closure by putting that person behind bars.
Yeah.
The other person.
Yeah, I know Victoria comes on and she was just telling us about the gas prices where she's at. It's like $60 to fill up her tank.
It is, but we in the United States still have the cheapest gas in the world. So we're very spoiled, and we're like, $4. And England is like, really? Really? Yeah. You're complaining about $4?
But it's just getting worse.
It is getting worse, but we should be doing more to be more energy independent, have clean,
like building
renewable.
A fucking pipeline.
Well, we were not getting our gas from the Keystone Pipeline anyway.
Yes, it was coming, and it's going to be there.
But that does not immediately affect gas prices now.
It does. It certainly does. It certainly does.
The Keystone Pipeline affects current gas prices.
Yes, it does.
I don't think
a lot. And just because they know we were almost self-sufficient, independent on our own.
You think OPEC is like, you shut down that pipeline?
What was gas? What was gas a year ago? What was gas? Maybe 2 years ago, a year ago.
I don't know.
Like $2.30.
But it's been cheap for quite a while.
$1.99.
But did you not expect it to go up after the pandemic?
Because we had all these things in place to be self-sufficient, not rely on OPEC. We not rely on Russia, not rely on Saudi Arabia.
I agree with you there, but I don't think coal is the answer either.
Well, I don't believe it's
and I don't think fracking all of our beautiful land is the answer either.
Yeah, well,
we need to be more energy independent, and we cannot make ourselves
we need to be less stubborn. Our current politicians need to be less stubborn, because Trump had his way of doing things, and now they don't want to do it that way because it was that way, which is bullshit.
Right. We need to be able to look at policy and see what works for the citizens, regardless of whose idea it was.
But yes, absolutely. The Keystone Pipeline, if he opened it up today, when I say open it, allow for it to exist and get it going again, it would definitely make a difference, because those folks, who wants to be reliant on other people? Nobody does.
But we are. We're an international economy.
Do you want to be reliant on other people? Do you want the government?
I don't grow my own food. We're all reliant upon other people.
But not other governments.
Yes, we are.
No.
Most of our goods come from other
at different
countries.
times a year. Yeah, I would say that. But I would say majority of stuff we can get, within the United States.
And I am too fancy to live off the grid. So there's no chance of me being a prepper. I'm just going to have to suffer the consequences of whatever the fuck happens.
We got to take this one up on Friday. We'll kick your ass on this one.
It's time to go.
Yeah. No, that's good. That's good. All right. Well, it's been fun. We had a lot of stuff, and it was great bringing JD on, and good things happened.
Yeah.
And we probably try to do that every time if we can get somebody to come on.
Not JD every time, although he's lovely.
If you want to come on and you got something you're doing good for the community, just give us an email, Tim or Shannon. You can get us at studio239llc.com.
Well,
Shannon
you,
or
not
Tim.
me.
I
don't have an email address.
I think you do, but you didn't set it up yet.
Oh, I don't know.
I'll check and make sure.
Words are confusing to me.
Yeah, no, I know. A little bit of confusion. Yeah, that's good.
Have a great week, everyone.
All right. We'll see you. 239 Uncensored, everything Southwest Florida and beyond. And we are out.
I feel like E.T. phoning home.